Hey everyone, it's Mindy Hahne, the Midwest premier sports handicapper, coming to you from TonySpix.com and the half of the morning show duo, The Morning Steam with Ramon Scott. But hope you enjoy this free pick video from our show. Be sure to click in the link in the description for our best bets. Now here is the pick.
Let's get over to baseball now with our card and get rolling because we got this game now in just less than 2 hours. And it's a good one. It's a good one.
Oh, for sure.
Because you have two pitchers who have been, pleasant surprises, certainly, with Wells and Elder. Elder, really, I mean, hats off to him. I don't know if anybody saw this coming. So maybe, for just a few weeks in the season, let's not get all carried away here. But still today with the Orioles and the Braves, Mindy, I'm showing steam coming in just before the show on the Braves. It's kind of taken their price up a little higher than this, I do believe. No, let's call it still 160 and 9. Ooh, the total has been a big mover, is what it is. These were typed in probably within the last 2 hours, and just want to make sure I got it right that there were 9.5. Oh yeah, for sure. So this line has moved a whole run. We're looking at 9 under 20 now. So definitely a pretty big move here to the under.
Yeah, I mean, I've liked the under, in this series, but it just hasn't really, worked out that way here thus far. The Orioles now are 5-0 in their last 5 in the game 3 of their series. It's also the Braves are 0-5 now in interleague home games. I mean, it just doesn't seem right. 2-5 versus right-handers. So, I mean, I feel like I'm going to go ahead and go with the Orioles today. I'm going to take them on the run line. Sitting at about minus 140. I feel like I can't quite go, heads up on this Baltimore team today. But I think we can get it done here. On the road, they got a 261 batting average. I like the Orioles here today.
Well, if it's the first baseball game, I'll just agree with Mindy. Let's take the Orioles on the run line today. They've done a nice job. They obviously had that big production in game 1. So Angels on the Braves run line here. Doesn't trust Tyler Wells. Wells has been profitable so far this year. And hello to Solo here today. Braves just Milwaukee's. I get it. They're better. They're. I don't know. I'd say almost considerably better. But I want to take the Orioles today. Damon says, hey, you know what? We got a game that starts before noon. I've got these guys having a few too many beers last night, maybe. And he'll take the under in this one. Howard's on Baltimore. Blake's on Baltimore run line with us. And Walking Spotted Bear, it says, if it is cheaper, and it is. The Baltimore run line is cheaper than the Braves money line. I don't know if he's calling for a one-run game, but James Edward, I think this is maybe an Orioles lock. Darren, first 5 under.
Judo.
That's the Judo Chop. CTG's got the Judo Chop play of the day under.
What is that from? Austin Powers? Can't remember. Judo Chop.
Butterscotch on Baltimore. Looks like Baltimore's the play for the chat. I don't know if they just because we like them, but everyone seems to like him here. Maybe they don't like Bryce Elder, who's been, I don't know, obviously been pretty good. Like I said, big surprise. I'm not saying I love Wells either, but he's been all right. Well, he's been, serviceable. If they're winning games, that's pretty good. All right, you guys, anything else? Chris Thompson gives you your answer here, Mindy. Charles says under in the O's. I think Big Meat wants the Braves here, however.
Austin Powers is amazing. I love that show. I haven't seen it for a long time, though.
All right, that's that early game. So make sure you guys, if you're going to play it, whether you agree, disagree, whatever, don't miss the boat on that one. This one starts in 11:30 Eastern, 10:30 Mindy, 8:30 Pacific here this morning. NBC, by the way, NBC TV.
NBC.
Well, NBC Sport, NBC. Oh, is it NBC
Television
Sport?
Network. I don't know.
Boom, boom, boom. Red Sox and Phillies. Get to the main part of the card here now. The Red Sox on the road. The Phillies favored minus $1.15 and 9.5 over 15. So a little bit of play here maybe on Boston and a little bit of play on the over so far today. It looks like.
Well, I'm going to go with that play on the over. I mean, it's just been one that Walker has kind of just, struggled with control. We know that the Boston's, their bats have been kind of heating up here this week. So when you got T1 Walker here with a 727 home split and some Red Sox that are scoring 5.53 runs a game here, I'm going to hit that over.
All right, Mindy on the over here with the game between Boston and Philadelphia. I'm in total agreement. How can this one not go over? We're seeing the movement to the over. We're going to have to get double-digit runs. I don't know if it'll be a problem, really, with the way Walker's been going. And, also just the fact that Boston, really, right now, their bats are definitely heating up. And they're making great contact. They're not striking out. This Boston offense right now, to me, I have them number 3 all of a sudden, Mindy,
Nice.
In the league. And Houck, for whatever you want to say about it, every time he's on the mound, it's been pretty good results for Boston. And Walker, the Phillies may be regretting this decision, but they got to go with somebody. So here come the Boston plays, you know it. Angel, he's actually got Sox in there. Boston all day for Butterscotch. Darren on Boston. Howard, Boston. Charles, Boston. I don't know if Charles, I'm sure that's Charles's real last name, but maybe I might change my last name to Sharp just as a marketing tool.
Right.
James Edward on the Boston money line. And Walking Spotted Bear pointing out that great Boston offense right now. Charles Sharp does like the over as well. And, probably going to find a way to get that one in there, Mindy. Fernando on the Red Sox. Thank you, Fernando. Like and smash, everybody, please. And over for Solo as well. All right.
Right. Let's do it.
We are on we're on the over.
Yes.
Right? Okay.
And
everybody in the chat is on liking that Boston as that's a dog here. Wow.
Right.
And I think we were talking about that yesterday too, right? About how Boston
got the money there. Yeah.
Is on the move here. That was one we did have, and I had the premium on the over. It was a little bit of a struggle to get there eventually, but they got there 7-4, I think. Last time. Oh, that was at the final. I kind of tuned out after that a little bit. All right, the Blue Jays and the Pirates continue their series, and this one, a 60% chance of postponement. There's a 100% chance of rain throughout the day listed, so maybe we don't want to spend too much time. And it sounds pretty bad, actually, but they'll try to get this one in with the Blue Jays and the Bucks.
Yeah, so I think Kikuchi here is, still undefeated. He still gets hit hard, but, you're still getting wins. I think that's some of the, the main thing here. But I'm, it's kind of one of those same things. I kind of feel like we're in a hitter-friendly park, but I kind of want to go ahead and take a look at the under here today. I feel like the Pirates have been struggling a little bit offensively as of late, putting up 4 runs a game. Again, they're only allowing 4 runs a game here as well. Both these bullpens have been pretty efficient. 3 ERAs. Both have, double-digit saves here this season. not really giving up much. I mean, the Pirates have only given up 10 long balls here so far. So I'm going to go under the total here. I have this one coming in around 8 or so.
Yeah, Kikuchi last 4 starts, ERA under 3. Contreras last 4 starts, ERA just over 2.5. So these starters have done pretty well, and you have the Blue Jays have gone under in three of the 4 starts for Kikuchi. I mean, Toronto's definitely still going over in their games, but Pirates. Not necessarily giving up a ton of runs, not scoring a ton of runs. I think they have a pretty strong matchup, actually, because of the way they perform against left-handers. But they're not overwhelming, I don't think. The numbers are quite strong. But just want to mention right now, real quick, Mindy, I'm going to give a pick here in this game, but I think I see some market action here I want to report to everyone. In the Boston-Philadelphia game today, we're seeing pretty strong movement right now. Take a look to the under, showing 213.5 starting to pop up, even 213 now at the circa. So this total is on the move under Celtics and Philly. Definitely take a look at this one, folks. If under is your preference in that game, right now is the moment. Make sure you get that in because I'm expecting it to drop a point or so here in the next couple of minutes. All right, back to this one now with the Blue Jays. We're on the under, Mindy, together here in this one at 9 under 20. Blue Jays are $1.30 on the road here, and I might find a way to get on the Bucks. Let's take a look at the comments here in this one.
Consensus play number 5.
We've got. I don't know if Solo was talking about this game or the last game, and looks like Nathan was doing a tomahawk chop there. So just kind of, yeah, right, Thomas. I'm Mr. 6,500 all of a sudden.
It's all right. You got time, Ramon. You got time. Nothing but time.
I think he's saying Pirates. I think he was going to say run line and money line lock it, but I'll just say money line for sure. Howard's on the Jays today. Charles will be on the Bucks. Fernando on the Jays. This one is right down the middle, it looks like, with our crew today, though. Here's an under with us for Burley and I. Going with us, obviously.
Yeah.
And let's see here. And James, okay, yeah, he was saying money line and run line. That, yeah, indeed. Great job, Mindy, on the analysis of that game. He says there's Solo on the Bucks. And Walking Spotted Bear says this series is going under 7 of the last 8 meetings. Take the under here, Blue Jays and Pirates.
All right.
The Rockies and the Mets. Going to be Feltner. Well, Feltner has been on the mound for some wins, certainly. And Lucchesi, still pretty nice surprise. I think it's still Lucchesi, right? Yeah. But, man, $1.90 here, I get it. I mean, Rockies, whatever, they're not very good. But $1.90 seems
excessive
for Lucchesi, but the total here is 8.5 over 20. Go ahead, Mindy.
All right. Well, I mean, Feltner has pitched well in his last 3 starts, So, I mean, I think that maybe gives this Rockies team a little bit of an upper hand. They're the ones with the bats here lately, too. New York has scored how many, like 0 or 1 run in each of their last 12 contests now. I mean, it's been pretty crazy. I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to take the Rockies here on the run line plus 1.5 here. There's so much of me that wants to just go ahead and take a 200 dog on this one. But I'm going to go ahead and take the run line here today. Strong pitching from Feltner. I think that's what gets this one done.
Gotta agree with you. Are we on every game here or what?
Baseball? Yes.
All right. Let's have a fun Sunday with baseball.
All right.
Take the Rockies on the run line against Lucchese. That's where I want to go with this one today. And yeah, I mean, definitely going to need Feltner to have another strong outing for sure. There's some good matchups there for the Mets uh, with some of those lefty Marte and Alonso certainly. So, and we know Rockies definitely have them near the bottom in offense, but I'm going to have to take this price. That's what I can't pass up, I think, is what it is. And looks like our sharp crew is going to feel the same way. And Angel on the money line here.
Yeah.
And Rockies run line for Howard. Here's Butterscotch. On the Rockies. Darren on the Rockies. Look at this. I mean,
Yeah, right.
wow. Burley on the Rockies. Panger Life on the Rockies. My goodness. Everyone loves the Rockies. I mean, if we were just in some random chat, I'd be saying, "Oh my God, I'm going to go Mets instead." Good thing our crew is so sharp, and respect them so much. Maybe they are a reflection of. I don't know want to say us. I don't know if it's saying that like that, Mindy, but maybe they hang with us because of the way we approach games,
Sure.
and maybe that's why we're all on this Rockies team kind of together. So now we're just says I might as well take him too. And Fernando on the under here, and I can't disagree there. And that happens sometimes, Angel, right? With some of the Rockies. There have been occasions where some of the Rockies home, pitchers kind of figure it out at home, and they're like, and if I were a team like looking for pitchers, trying to find under the radar guys, I would like take guys that pitch well in Colorado. Yeah.
If you can keep the ball down, you'll be all right. Yeah.
Hey, look at this. I want to say hello to Fresh Kobar. Joining us, I believe, for the first time. Thank you, Fresh Kobar. Hope I said that
with
right.
words of wisdom.
It's no money like plus money. Oh, yeah, I get it. Great to have you. All right, we're on another one here with the Rockies. I didn't know it'd be like that. Probably should take them on the money line, Mindy, the way everybody loves them.
I know. That's what I said. There's it's kind of like, it's just kind of been like that a little bit. I'm like, just kind of want to do it and haven't. Could have got some, big money with the Tigers over that Cardinals team. But it's one of those, like, again, I still always feel like I'm going to give myself the most chances to win a game, right? I mean, because I would feel a little bit bummed if I lost by one and then I could have got that money.
Yeah, and there's really no problem in doing that. Whenever we consider taking run lines instead of money lines, yeah, there's a little bit of fluctuation between, the exact line you might expect, but it's usually very correlated. So
Sure.
You're not really missing out on any value there. Again, like so many people, like some said in the chat, it certainly can sprinkle a little bit as well on the money line. Or if you take the money line and not the run line, there's no problem in that either.
Sure.
Okay, this one's interesting. You got the Rays, our number one offense, I think, but you have the best pitcher right now in baseball. I don't think there's some guys with some stats, maybe a little better, maybe not. I don't know. But, if you watch the game, I think Garrett Cole's number one right now. I don't know what you guys think, but again, here they are on the road. They're just a slight favorite against the Rays. Okay, we get it. The Rays are, off to one of the best starts now, for any team in years. But they're going up against a top-notch ace. Javi Guerra has been a pretty good proposition so far. He's not necessarily going to be, superstar pitcher or anything. So I just find this one quite interesting.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. It's going to be, I think this one's going to be pretty interesting to, because as you talked about with Garrett Cole, I mean, he, like you said, he's been one of the best pitchers all season long. He ranks second in all of the Major League Baseball league here in ERA. allowed either, 0 or 1 run in 5 of his last, 7 outings, has dominated this Rays team. In his 4 starts against them, he's only given up a 1.07 ERA versus this Rays team. And then you have Josh Fleming. He doesn't strike out, too many batters here as well. And I don't know if it's going to be, a Yankees team that can go ahead and get some hits like they did here the last couple days or not, right? I mean, I don't know. I'm going to go ahead and I struggle with this one, especially on the total. That's where I'm going to go ahead and head in this one. I think I'm going to go over the total, even though here I know that I have a guy like Cole on the mound that really just, shuts down an offense. I think it might be, I don't know if it's going to be a lopsided game here or not. That's kind of the way I'm thinking it's going to go. So I think it's one of these that you're looking at like a 5-3 ball game. I think it just sneaks over here. I think that's how I'm going to go. I'm going to go over the total here of still sitting at 7.5, right, Ramon?
Yeah, 7.5 under 15. Let me get that back up there for you. As see Panger's play there. Yeah, 7.5 under 15 still. This line about $1.15. I'm going to have to be on Cole. I can't get off Cole at this point, even against the Rays. And if I can get Garrett Cole at minus $1.15, even against my number one offense in the league of the Rays, I've just got to trust Garrett Cole to go out there. And, Garrett, good job so far. I don't think this is anything we'll be talking about Javi Guerra as, helping the Rays to the title or anything, probably remain on the staff, but see what you guys are doing here. Yeah. Oh, no doubt, Angel. These Rays are. There's no fluke at this point. I mean, come on. The Rays have been great for years, and we've kind of. I don't think we ever overlook them. They've been there year in out, year out. Like I said, this is a great situation for the Rays. The new schedule too. Granted, we're playing the Yankees today, but they don't have to play. They save 5. Don't have to play the Yankees 5 extra times. They don't have to play the Red Sox 5 extra times. They don't have to play the Blue Jays 5 extra times. They get to play teams like the Bucks, the Royals, whatever it is. I mean, they get to play some other teams that aren't those great AL East teams every year. So, Yankees first 5 here for Blake Darren on the Rays. Here's Butterscotch, first 5, Yankees. And a good call, you guys. I guess that's kind of what I'm saying, too. I don't offer the first 5 here on the show. I like to stick to the full game. But I can appreciate what you guys are saying about it. And let's see there. Let me read that one. Cole is good taking the Yankees. Rays can't win them all. That's right. I predict the Rays will probably lose at least 60 times this season. Maybe not.
Bold prediction.
Yeah. Well, right now, I mean, I guess they'd have to really come back to the pack a little bit. They might be heading on a pace for 110 wins, the way it looks. So, Walking Spotted Bear says maybe some guys are sitting out Sunday. Yankees first 5 here. Howard says, hey, Yankees yesterday did come through. And, yeah. That steam was on the Yankees yesterday. Lean to the Yankees for Charles. Angel, Yankees bullpen's trash, he says.
Twan Lee here. Number 1, the Yankees bullpen ERA.
Good to see Twan here today. Hi, Twan. All right, Mindy's on the over.
Chicken nuggets, barbecue sauce. I'm
on the Yanks. Still haven't gotten those KFC chicken nuggets yet. Maybe today's the day.
You could try them. I'm going to say, I hope you have a better batch. How about that? Mine's looking good. I don't know if I'd even try it again. I don't know.
Okay, that is because I was mad about them dropping the popcorn chicken.
Right. Just saying.
Though been very, very solid. guess you could throw him up there with the best pitchers in the league
Yeah.
right now. And Cal Quantrill's done an okay job as well for the Guardians. So good matchup, I think.
Yeah, I mean, 14 strikeouts in his last 2 games, 5-0, 2.37 ERA in his 2 starts. I guess he's doing well. And then take a look at Joe Ryan here on the road, Ramon, 1.8 ERA, right? I mean, this guy's been, pretty much here on fire. And then you have this Guardians team that can score, I don't know, maybe 2 runs a game. I'm going to go under. I think we've had under, or I had under the last couple games here. I think this is kind of how this one stays in form here for the rest of the series. Taking the under.
Yeah, Steve came in on the over in this one, but I'm not sure I'm buying it here with these two. I'm going to have another agreement with you, Mindy, and take the under with these two teams. I think we're getting a nice price too because of that. In fact, it looks like it's actually gone back up to 8.5 here. It is due to the under, so I think we can get 8.5 under 15. So I hope anybody, on the show, hey, we'll just grade it at 8. That's fine. But if you want to ride with us, I know you can find 8.5 juiced to the under out there. And Minnesota, I've noticed, is up to $1.40 in this one. I say up to $1.40. I think it opened higher. I think Cleveland took some action, and now maybe Minnesota's starting to take some action again. Let's take a look at what the chat has to say with this good matchup. And Howard's going to try Minnesota again today. Charles on Cleveland, Darren on the under, Fernando on the Twins. And Charles will also stick with Cleveland. Blake on the Twins, Butterscotch Twins. This one's going all over the place. Stephen Beer here today. Hello, Stephen. Yep.
Glad to have you back.
Again, thank you for visiting. And James Edward, Cleveland run line, take that 1.5. Walking spotted there. Not sure what to make of that, actually. Twins for Matt. We'll be on the under here in this one, Mindy. Quantrill, by the way, has been under in 5 straight starts. And, of course, Cleveland, a massive 17-4 to the under in their last 21 games. Here's Steven will take the Twins, and Zane will take Cleveland. You guys are mixed, certainly, on the side. Looks like under's the call, though. Make no mistake, the Twins tend to go over, and Ryan has gotten plenty of run support. Like his, I think he's 5-1 to the over, but he's gotten run support in his games. I mean, that's why he has a pretty strong record as well. Good pitching, but he's gotten some help with his offense. All right, we're on the under there. Okay. All right, Mindy. There's the game. Well, yeah, but look what's happened here all of a sudden.
Right.
What happened here? The Royals were like $1. All right, Mindy. There's the game. Well, yeah, but look what's happened here all of a sudden.
Right.
What happened here? The Royals were like $1.60 favorite for 2 days in a row, like they were, going to the playoffs or something. And now the odds makers have obviously caught up to the fact that we've made fun of Oakland all year. Huh?
That the Royals are terrible?
Well, no, I think I want to turn the tables on it a little bit. I think that the Oakland offense has been not overlooked because they did start poorly, but all of a sudden they are moving up in many of the offensive categories rapidly, especially against left-handers. So maybe that's where this move, it's a fade on Yarbrough. I don't know, but the A's offense, let's give credit where credit is due right now. The A's offense is drastically improved. Yes, both teams are 8-26. We get that. But Oakland's starting to show a strong improvement offensively under the radar. I don't know if you guys want to say it that way, and I don't know how it relates to this game, but Oakland's a road favorite.
Yeah, I'm gonna take Oakland today on the money line. I mean, you know, you kind of talked about it, right? They hit left-handers good. You got Yarbrough. He's really struggled on the mound. He has that 11 ERA at home. It's just bad. I mean, Kansas City has the fourth worst bullpen right now. I mean, really, one of the only teams that's beating them is this A's team. But look, like you said, scoring offensively, right? Putting up 17 runs over their last 3 games. The Royals, though, they haven't been bad. 24 runs over their last 3 home games there as well. So it's not like they're not scoring. They're just not getting it done. And then when you have Yarbrough on the mound here, I think it looks like disaster again for the Royals team. I'm taking the A's here today.
Yeah, Yarbrough, he's just certainly probably not going to, get the bulk of the innings here, but
well, then you just give it up to this terrible bullpen.
no, I get it. You're our Royals correspondent, so what's embarrassing about it is to be 2-16 at home. Probably should have a few more home wins. I want to find a way to get on the Royals here in this one. I will be not.
Ramon.
Yeah, we're not going to go on every single game together. Here.
Right. You're taking the Royals on the run line.
I don't recommend them to any paying customers, but Steam did come in on the over in this one. Look at it. It's up to 10. Again. So
landed at 9 yesterday. I did still like that over yesterday. Got a loss there, but might be back.
No, well, that was just it. I had hinted at it and still ended up going over. And I was like, I feel like it's coming back to it a little bit. And I'm gonna take the under here today. Kind of in the same premise as yesterday. Look, Miller. We obviously saw. Now, we don't know if it was a fluke or, he had a no-hitter when he left the game, but he had 4 walks, so he couldn't go any further. But he's perfect so far, pretty much. I mean, 7 innings of no-hit ball in that last start. But they still haven't won any of his starts so far. They 0-3 when he started, so that's what I mean by perfect. Let's see what the chat says. And we just talked about this game like it's the playoff elimination game, right?
Yeah, right.
All right, here's Fernando on the A's and Bears on the Royals. Curtis has got the Royals as a lock today.
What? Curtis?
And, well, I mean, like I said, Mindy obviously knows what's going on with me. I mean, I'm not taking Oakland here, and didn't want to lay $1.60 with the Royals, although I just tell you, I did end up laying it yesterday.
All right.
Privately, not a premium, not on.
No, I got you.
Charles on the over, Fernando on the under. You can get a 10, Fernando. Believe me, you can get a 10 flat even. It's going up after really what we've seen. Like I said, Oakland's a massive over, bad pitching, and some okay hitting now all of a sudden.
Right.
Here's A's and over for Beer. And Blake, Oakland first 5 money line, Butterscotch, Oakland and over. Talking about the windy conditions. I failed to mention, Mindy, I'm sorry I neglected that on that Minnesota Cleveland game. That's another one of those 70% chance of postponement.
Okay.
In that game today.
It's nice here, nice and sunny today, so might be that way in KC.
Howard on the A's. Yeah, KC's just fine, even after what we said yesterday. Wind blowing out, that you mentioned there, stiff wind blowing out. Who said it? Well, of course, our weatherman. We should change that Cubs logo to a green screen so you can point out the weather conditions. Royals money line is a lock here for James Edward.
James and Curtis have a lot of confidence in this Royals team. I like it. More than me.
Hello to Gerardo. Nice to see you. And Matt, maybe he'll be on the A's here. I'm not sure. All right. Mindy is on the A's. I'll be on the under in this one. And yeah, Stephen, we went. We did that game
Depends
earlier
on who you ask, right?
show, but yeah, Mindy did say take the Leafs.
I
Mindy
do
said
like the
take
Leafs
the
today.
Leafs. I said,
Ramon did
well,
not agree, so it's
you'll know that.
is it Ramon has the Leafs as a premium, or is Ramon going the other way? See, it's like one of these, like it's a big question mark when he goes opposite, right?
Yeah, could be a Toronto premium or it could be Florida, but I went on the under in that one. Okay. Yeah, so here's the Cardinal. This is another one, Mindy. 50% chance of postponement, not just rain, rain throughout the game. So this one definitely another one in question here. Uh, Cardinals with Matt. Here's the one. Cardinals are like a $2 favorite. Call it $1.85 with everybody's favorite whipping boy right now in Steven Matz, who maybe his career is on the outs at this point. This total has also gone up to 9.5 at under minus 115 or so. And of course, you cannot spell fade without Fado. So, what can you do here?
Well, I mean, I feel like it's always that this Cardinals team should be the better team. I mean, at least on, paper, they're just not showing it here at all. I mean, if you look at their home record, I don't know, is it as good as Kansas City's? I mean, like, do we put the Cardinals and the Royals in the same category?
Oh my God.
It's hard to watch this Cardinals team this year. It is. And then Mats has been, like you said, like kind of the whipping boy here. I mean, he's just been being just dealt over and over again. I mean, like it's just I think he's 0-6, right? I mean, I don't know. I just feel like no one is scoring any runs here. I still have the Tigers putting up 3, the Cardinals maybe get 3 themselves. I'm gonna go under the total here.
All right, Mindy says go under Tigers and Cardinals. Maybe these guys will turn it around. Maybe Mats will find a way. Definitely going up against a Tigers lineup that is definitely weak, but they've shown some signs of life against left-handers, I'd say. I mean, especially you got Javi Baez, Ibanez, Torkelson in there. These guys are doing a little bit of. They improved a little bit. I'm gonna be on the Tigers here. I can't pass it up. Yeah, I know it's a minus $1.25 or so on the run line, but the Tigers playing a good series. Fado's first start of the season, so we've seen Fado, before in the majors, so it's not unfamiliar territory for him. But I'm going to end up here on the Tigers one more time. I'll take them, and Mindy will be on the under here in Tigers and Cardinals. Here come the comments of the chat, and let's see. It's going to be Tigers money line lock here for James Edward. Howard Hogan says Tigers to get the sweep, brother. And yeah, Cardinal, man, Missouri.
Right. Missouri. What are you guys doing?
Your baseball. Charles Sharp on the Tigers. Butterscotch has the lock on, of course. Yeah, Blake, I think we can. I might be able to do it real quick here. Even like I said, 50% chance in the Cardinal game of these are cancellations, not chance of rain. And again, I guess that if anything, these are, I'm just relying on baseball weather baseball weather reporters. There's a couple of guys out there, on Twitter that based on their whole feed is on this. So Pirates game, 50% chance of cancellation. Cleveland, 70% chance of cancellation. Cardinals, 50% chance of cancellation. I think those are the main ones, I would say. Let me see. I think I got a couple more for you, maybe. Those are the main ones I think that I saw, and I'll leave it at that right now.
Okay.
That's what I got for you. Thought there was another one. Maybe Scotch can give me. Oh, was it the Bucks? Maybe. Yeah, the Bucks. The Bucks, 50% chance. Oh, I did say that one. Okay, those are the only ones I've got. All right. Fernando, Tigers and under. Solo on the Tigers. Steven will be on the Tigers. Fernando, I think he's making it a lock. I don't know if Mindy's got it as a lock, but I think
It's
it
my
was
best
a lock.
play in this game. How about that? It's my best
Yeah,
play in this
it'd be
game.
a premium. I think if Mindy's closest thing she gets to a lock is called a premium.
Sure.
And here's Blake, Tigers. Angel will be the contrarian in our room. He'll take the Tigers take the Cards, minus 2.5. That's got to be at least plus 160, 170, maybe Angel could tell us. And all right. Marlins here against the Cubs. You got Alcantara, big question mark so far. Wisniewski, he's the better pitcher this season. Is Alcantara broken? I'm tired of saying he'll come around at this point, Mindy.
Yeah, we need to see him to return to form. He's been, shaky. It kind of was like last year. It's like you just kind of blindly took whatever Alcantara was doing there, but I don't know if I can today. I'm gonna take the Cubs on the money line here. What, plus 100, even money there. Again, like you said, Wisniewski's been the one that's been the better pitcher here thus far.
Money line, Mindy?
Money line.
Okay. I will also take the Cubs. Wisniewski's been good. Wisniewski's been good. I think that's a kind of the story a little bit. Yes, Alcantara's been bad, but Wisniewski, 2.42 ERA, last 4 starts. Cubs have been 4-2 in his starts this year. And Cubs, yeah, they've been a bit of a struggle, but still above 500 at home. And we'll just mention they have gone under 10-1-1 in their last 12 games. So pretty interesting. Marlins still the kings of the one-run game, 10-0 in one-run games. Let's take the Cubs here, though, at home, even money or so. I'm with you. We got a lot of baseball picks.
We do. 6 so far. 8 total consensus plays.
Wow, only 6?
Only 6 so far, yes.
Okay. Howard says, take these Cubs. Angels ready to go back with Alcantara. The metrics don't indicate that there's anything wrong with his, like he's having arm difficulty or anything. So
just his ERA.
Yeah. Cubs lock here for
That's
James.
Indication.
Matt says the Cubs. Walking Spotted Bear on the Cubs. Butterscotch is a Chicago correspondent, so he's got the under here. I just mentioned that key stat. Fernando on the Marlins. Beers on the Cubs. Hope it's okay. I call you by your last name. I like it. I like saying that. I'm sure your buddies do. I'm sure your buddies say that. So. And Blake here, Cubs first 5. And Scotch coming at us from Chicago. Says nice day today. That kind of helps the under a little bit. Not a factor, but blowing in. All right. Mindy and I are on the Cubs in that one. Here's the Brewers. And Hauser's back. He was injured, so he makes his return here. He's had some rehab start. I think a rehab start, ready to go against the Giants and Stripling. Stripling's $1.35. Total 9/20.
Yeah, I mean, Hauser's a bit of an unknown, but Stripling we know is not very reliable. I mean, 8.64 home ERA. The bullpen for this Giants team is pretty terrible, 6.02 ERA. They've given up 78 earned runs compared to this Brewers bullpen of only 44. I think we just kind of look at who's been a little bit more consistent. It's been this Brewers team. That's how I'm going to go here. Taking the Brewers on the money line.
Yeah, consistent this season. I mean, they're obviously on a losing streak right now. Hauser, question mark coming in, certainly. I mean, we've seen him in before and plenty of work in the major leagues. So we shall see in this one. So let's take a look here. Stripling a 6 ERA in his last 3 starts. So that's not great, but obviously. But all of a sudden, San Francisco's kind of found their way a little bit at home. They won 7 of their last 8 at home right now. And the favorite here, I've kind of been taking a few L's with this Brewers team on this losing streak. Okay, here we go. So here's James Edwards says Brewers a lock for him. They're going to get in that losing streak. Hey, Paul Mefford, nice to see Paul again. Welcome back, sir. Good to have you. He likes the over in this one today. And Steven says Giants and over. And it doesn't sound like a lot of strong opinions here in this one, Mindy. I'm sorry, you said again, I didn't write it down.
The Brewers.
Okay. All right, Mindy, on the Brewers in this one, I'm going to end up on the under here with these two teams. Can't make it a premium. I do like it, but Blake on the Brewers, Butterscotch Giants, Howard Brewers. All right. Mixed bag here. I'm on the Mindy's on the Brewers. I'm on the under. All right, next up we have the Rangers and the Angels. Mindy, the Angels are going to be a home favorite here at $1.30 now. They're starting to take a little bit of action here against the Rangers, up to $1.30-ish. And the total here is 9.5, under -120 or so. So also seeing some action here on the under.
Yeah, I mean, Rangers have been scoring, a ton, 17 over their last 3. Angels also playing well offensively, scoring 22 runs in their, last, 3 games here as well. I mean, I don't know. It just seems like, when Suarez gives up 10 runs in his last 5 starts, I don't know. I kind of feel like with this 11 ERA he has as well, I got to go over the total again. I just think there's going to be just a lot of runs here again today.
Steam did come in on the under just about 15 or 20 minutes ago. That's why you see that number down now, 9.5 under 20. So Mindy is going to get a nice little price here on her over, an improved price anyway in this one. So let's take a look at what the chat might have to say. Definitely some strong opinions, it looks like, in this one. Here we go. Howard will be on the Rangers here on the road. And here's a lock for Butterscotch. James Edward, Rangers moneyline lock for him. He likes the Rangers on the road with Martin Perez. Paul on the Rangers today. Beers on the Rangers. Blake's on the Rangers.
Whoa. A lot of Rangers.
No doubt about it. Well, if the chat's going to be on him, I'm going to take him. This was one I wasn't too sold on, so I want to show my loyalty to our chat. Mindy, I'm going to take the Rangers on the recommendation of the chat here. Hello, Michael Thompson. He's on the Rangers as well. Man, it's almost unanimous here.
Right.
All right. And Fernando, also Rangers. Wow. Kind of reminds me. Reminds me of that other game where everybody was on the road team. All right, Rangers it is. Yeah. Martin Perez definitely seems like he's been doing it forever, and he only gets better. Right, Paul? I said that you were. I know you just got here a little while ago, I think. And what I said about this was, normally if I was watching some rando chat, I would definitely fake the chat room. But on our chat, we go with them, pretty much. Unless Mindy and I call for the veto. If our chats, we're with our chat, we think we got the sharp chat. Now, again, that one earlier, what was it? Oh, the Rockies, right? Well, the Rockies, we were like, everybody here was on the Rockies, and why would we not, be on the Rocky or agree with each other on what I would think be a public side in the Mets, no matter what. It's got to take some gumption to take the Rocks. So, all right, Burley will take the Rangers as well. So, but I don't mind, Paul. If that's I know it's just a comment there. You're not feeling that way, but we were talking about that a little bit earlier because we all were on the Rockies today against the Mets. I think it was before you got here, or maybe you saw that, but. Like the whole chat's on the Rockies, and they're basically $1.75 or so against the Mets today. Nationals and Diamondbacks. All right. Well, in this one, Mindy, I'm showing that the Diamondbacks are $1.60 or so, and the total 9/20.
Well, I'm going to go ahead and go over this total again. I kind of feel like maybe the Nationals here are, maybe getting a little bit of momentum. They put up a nice game, a nice score last night. We have, Trevor Williams. He's a 4.41 ERA on the road. For the Nationals, you have Nelson sitting at a 6.75 ERA. Both of these two guys giving up, 400 slugging percentages. I'm going to go over this total, especially when I have a bullpen here. Again, each of these are giving up, I don't know, the Diamondbacks are giving up 20 home runs thus far out of that bullpen. Going to go over the total.
All right, Mindy goes over in this one, Diamondbacks and Nationals. And we've seen some runs here in this series, but we've also seen this total move under on some steam. So I do have some question marks regarding that. I was almost ready to come in with you on that, but seeing some movement here is making me going to go back and reassess it. I'm going to take the Diamondbacks again. Scored with them yesterday. Let me see. Was that scored with them here on the show yesterday, Mindy?
Mm-hmm.
And I'm going to come back with them on the show here again today. Even with Nelson, it definitely has not been. They haven't won very well. They haven't done too well with them. But and Williams has been not too bad. So let's see what the chat's up to. And great point, Spotted Bear. Thank you. Yeah. Howard on Washington here in this one. Matt wants to go with you on the over butterscotch Washington run line today. Beers on the over. Here's Diamondbacks run line for a lock for James Edwards. So we're all over the place in this one. Here's Fernando on the Nationals, but you got Zane on the Diamondbacks. I'm on the Diamondbacks. Mindy's on the over here.
Yep, the D-backs.
The Astros and the Mariners. And we have Belak here. as a starter. Let's see. I was checking him out earlier as far as where he stood in this uh, game, making the start. Maybe you have some more details on him here, Mindy, but
Are you sure? I mean, not experience. He's had, 8 career starts. I don't know. Maybe he's a little bit more, seasoned than Miller, perhaps. I mean, I don't know. It's one of those like you got so much, lack of experience. I think they've only had like 98 innings or so combined. That is kind of what I was taking a look at. So yeah, I mean, I don't know. I mean, there's not a whole lot on these guys.
did you have a selection?
Oh, I just thought you wanted a little bit of what I knew about the
Oh,
pitchers.
you have more information. Okay.
So again, it's gonna be like how it was yesterday, kind of how I saw it, right? I mean, if if I'm struggling with who I'm going to decide here as a starter, I'm kind of gonna go ahead and go with the bats. I'm gonna go with the Mariners again. They pulled it off again. I mean, they've had their last 5 out of 6 where they've come from behind to go ahead and get the victory. I just feel like they are the ones at home. They have a little bit more confidence. I'm going to take the Mariners here on the money line again.
Yeah, Bielak pitched 4 innings of relief. I think in that. I want to say it was on Monday. So
Yeah, I think he has a 4 ERA-ish or something like that.
okay. And Miller, yeah, I mean Miller, if anything, it's been a pretty profitable proposition in his so far. So we'll see. Stephen, we've got 6 games. I think 6 or 7. We'll put them up there at the end of the show. Yeah, thank you, Fernando, for clarifying that. And we've got here's Paul on the Mariners. And James Edwards says he will take Houston in this one. And that might be where I end up here. But I don't. You said M's, so.
I did, yeah.
Yeah, all right.
You were challenging me, Ramon?
No, because.
Are we going to arm wrestle? Virtual arm wrestle?
Stephen on the Mariners. So these teams have trended a little bit to the over, certainly. I thought I saw some movement on this game. Let me see here. Might just have to go with a market on this, especially with what you said about the lack of major league experience for these two. We know that Miller also the Miller versus Miller game.
It's Miller time.
So movement right now, $1.30, 8.5 under 20. Is that what our screen had? 125. Okay. Mefford, Miller, Mindy, M's. And Fernando, Mindy in the arm wrestling match against me. Yes, probably. Mindy is a former college athlete, and I'm an old sports writer.
Ramon, you've probably been way more active though in your later years. You at least played ball. I graduated from doing anything with physical activity in like I don't know about 2006, I think.
I was playing rec softball 5 nights a week until the pandemic,
right?
And since then, I'm retired.
But yeah, I'll take the plus 1.5. I'll take that one, Fernando.
Here's
I get a start like right here.
Seattle. And let's see any more. Here's Butterscotch on Seattle. Hi, Brent. Good to see you. Great job, and you're doing a great job in the Discord as well. Want to shout you out for that a little bit. All right, Mindy, I'm really struggling here on this one, I think. But I think I'm going to end up here on the under with these two inexperienced pitchers. I think they'll get to the bullpen right away. All right. I'm not too hot on that game, guys. Hopefully, you guys are a little more solid with it. All right. White Sox and the Reds. And the Reds here are a favorite, of course, with Ashcraft. I mean, this
Right.
guy definitely going to put him among the best pitchers in the league so far, I would think, statistically. Doing a great job. And a guy who was able to pitch in Cincinnati, which kind of got to give him some bonus points for that. And he's favored here against Kopech. I had the Reds yesterday as a premium, Mindy. Got that one done. And what do you have in this one?
Oh, this one is interesting as well because I have this really good starting pitcher with Ashcraft, and then I have two bullpens that can blow up at any given moment, right? So it's a little bit tough here, but I think though with Ashcraft, I kind of feel like Kopech hasn't been. I don't know. He's kind of had a couple strong outings, I think. Um, so I'm going to go ahead and take the under in this one here. And I'm going to hope that these bullpens can get their acts together here a little bit. Going to go under. I have it coming in at 8.5, and it's sitting at about 9.5.
Okay, fair enough. Mindy on the under in this one. Kopech and Ashcraft. I'm going to give out a premium here. I would have probably gone with a premium here, but I don't know if I'm in with Mindy on the total. So let me give out the Reds. This was going to be probably a premium play for me today. I like Ashcraft very, very much. Reds were able to finally get it done yesterday. They trailed. They came back. They won. Give them some confidence here. Let's see if we can answer Steven's question here on this. Let me read it. I haven't even looked at it. If you see a favorite minus 200, would you recommend minus 1.5 or just take the money line or take the underdog? So do you want to go first with that, or do you want to hear what I have to say, Mindy? I
Well,
mean,
I
put
mean,
you on the spot or anything.
Well, I mean, I think I can look at it at a couple different ways, right? As being, someone that, is a, pro handicapper. I don't like to give out or recommend, minus 200, money lines out to, the public that are buying my picks because there's a lot of exposure there. But privately, I would play those if you feel like we talked about this all the time, like with Ramon. If you think this game's going to be a minus 250 and you got him in at 200, well, if you feel like you're confident in that pick, you could definitely go ahead and take that. For me, it's not always an automatic that I think a team is going to win by 2 runs to take them automatically on the run line. So, I mean, in that case, I would, especially like for baseball, I would take them on the money line, paying the bigger price, privately. If I don't think they're going to win by 2, that's how I would play that. But for like the show and stuff, I'm never going to give out anything, that I feel like is going to crush your bankroll. So it's kind of always going to be up to your bankroll management and how you feel about that. And that may be something too that you want to just go ahead and chart on your own. I mean, I do it. I keep track of all of my bets. I want to see where I win and where I lose. I mean, maybe you go out there and all of your minus $200, minus $2 picks, maybe you win them all. So you're like, yeah, I'm going to play those. I make good picks when I'm sitting at, a minus 200. That's kind of how I would play that.
Yeah, I agree with the premise of that. I will say this: if they are favored, and I like that team, and they are minus 200, then they should actually cover a run line of minus 100. If you like that team, they are priced accordingly. And like I said, kind of where we were talking about that other game where they're favored by 1.5. So you could balance it out a little bit too. That way, if you feel like insurance, so minus 200, maybe you put $200 on them on the money line, and then $100 on the run line, or something like that, and that takes them down to -1. But also, if they're a $2 favorite, they're favored for a reason by that much. And if you like that team, they probably should get the run line. And if you're like, well, I like them to win, but they're minus 200, and that's where you kind of go the other way, right? I like them to win, but I'm not sure I want to lay 200. Then maybe you really should be taking the other team at +1.5 because you're not confident that they're as good as a $2 favorite, which should be a win by 2 runs or more, considering that price. So hopefully that's a little bit clear. I know it's I don't know if I worded it right, but I would rather take the run and I'm not big on run lines at all. A lot of times I'll just leave those alone a little bit or play it privately, like Mindy said, throw it money line parlay. I don't do it too often, but I'm not immune to it either. All right, Howard's on the Reds with me. And great, Matt. Good comment there as well. Reds lock for Curtis. So me and Curtis are on it. Zane wants a lock here too.
But I can just tell you real quick, like, I do chart all of my bets via money line and via the run line, and all of my money line wagers thus far, since I've been charting since April 17th, right? Because that's kind of when I kind of I give myself a little bit of time in order to figure out, I get some data, I get some splits. That's kind of what I'm waiting for. But all of my money lines have made more money. They've been more profitable than my run lines. But again, I have a certain formula that I use to create money lines and run lines. But just for the sake of this, if I go ahead and bet all of those 200, money lines, they've been more profitable than what I have selected on the run line.
All right, Mindy on the under. I'm on the Reds today. We've got between my Padres and the blue team. Padres got a little bit of hot water, Mindy. They really didn't, I thought it was not very cool. They win the game, and they showed Clayton Kershaw, Fernando Tatis hit a couple of home runs. I sent you one of those celebrations videos. They've done that every win since in being in Mexico. That wasn't a one-time thing. That's their clubhouse celebration. But they showed a picture of Clayton Kershaw with a crying Jordan, and on the scoreboard. It's just not good. I mean, you should be above that, and maybe that the scoreboard operators took liberty or whatever. The Padres did issue an apology for doing that, actually. So you should be above that, and that's something a last place team might want to do. So more question marks a little bit, but I just want to call out my team for being a bit jerky. And today the Dodgers send Julio Urias against Joe Musgrove, finally getting that start a couple days late. That blister is healed enough for him to take the mound today. Game is definitely about a pick 'em. Maybe the Padres are a slight favorite in a few locations, but if they are, it might be just by a nickel, by 5 cents or so. And this total is now settled at 8.
I'm going to go over the total here with these two pitchers. I have Urias allowed 11 earned runs in 2 outings before he had that good outing versus the Phillies. And then, the Dodgers, they just hit Musgrove really, really well, right? It's one of those, they have like 12 doubles, 4 home runs against them here. I'm going to go over this total. I have it going a lot over.
I have it going over as well with these two. Musgrove has a mental block, it seems like, against the Dodgers. Puts a lot of pressure on himself, I think. Howard Hogan wants the Padres. James Edward, Padres lock. Oh, good, you guys. I'm glad we're all picking the Padres here because I don't feel like that's going to be my pick.
Right.
I'm going over with Mindy for our pick on the show here. I'm glad everybody likes the Padres. All right. Butterscotch on the Dodgers, though. Blake, first 5, money line.
So thanks for watching, and make sure you get over to the Tony'sPicks.com website right now and check out our All Cappers tab where you can purchase some of our own personal picks. And be sure to go ahead and use the promo code TonyT at checkout to save 20%. Okay, have fun. Watch another video. Take care, everyone. Bye-bye.